Yo, what's up, SNA fans? This is Ninja Austin back here with another video. This is episode 179 of the SNA podcast, part 67, where I'm going to be talking about the wildest wrestling news, stories, and rumors as you SNA fans need to know from the Wrestling Inc. article on December 15th, I believe. 16th, December 16th, 2023. And we're going to start off today with start off today with some Tony Khan news. Now it says Tony Khan addresses current status of AEW Warner Brothers Discovery relationship, saying the relationship between AEW and its broadcast partner Warner Bros. Discovery has been under the scrutiny recently. WBD has been widely speculated as a leading figure in the race for WWE's Raw TV rights as of late, bringing forth questions about where AEW would fit under the same umbrella as the WWE brand. Tony Khan provided an update on his relationship with his broadcaster during the Ring of Honor Final Battle 2023 media scrum. Excuse me. When the Fightful, it says Ring of Honor week. Yeah, he said Ring of Honor we haven't had recently as many talks with WBD he shared, but we've had really good conversations about AEW even in recent days. I had really good talks with Warner Brothers Discovery. We've been with them for several years. It's a really exciting time for AEW. Khan spoke further on the speculation between WBD and WWE, planning that he understands the process from a corporate standpoint. He said, with media rights, like in all the things coming up, everyone has to do their due, like diligence. It's do their due diligence. It's just past. It's just part, or not. It's just part of the TV business. Tony Khan expressed his brief that the relationship between AEW and WBD remains strong, and he feels the promotion has been performing like in like incredibly well for the broadcaster. He said that AEW is a position it's a position to enjoy huge growth in 2024 in BW WBD has expressed its own excitement towards the promotion's prospects. AEW currently has 3 weekly shows running on WBD or not Warner Bros. Discovery like owned channels. The Warner Bros. Discovery owned channels like TBS and TNT with AEW Dynamite runs on TBS on Wednesday nights, I should say, as it has done Rampage and and Rampage and Saturday night's Collision currently runs on TNT. The latter only the latter only being introduced like on the network since uh, June uh, June earlier this year. And it says AEW has also aired a couple of reality series, all AEW All Access and Roads to the Top on TNT during its partnership. And what's your thoughts on Tony Khan's uh, comments on the media scrum? Let me know down in the comments below. And also, do you think that they're the complete opposite what uh what fans are speculating and the news reports been speculating for the past couple of days? Even if WWE had a meeting with Warner Bros. Discovery, and despite that, I do think that Warner Bros. Discovery is still satisfied with AEW, and even if they did gave WWE a is that if they and even if they did give WWE a TV rights deal with them, they still will be doing business with AEW. Do you think? Which, according to Tony Khan's mouth, it seems like that. Like it don't matter if they did agree or not with WWE. Like, but when it comes to AEW, it's like they're on good terms with one another, and and then they're getting excited and they're seeing the success that AEW is bringing, and they cannot wait to see what's more on the plate, I should say. Yeah, y'all let me know down in the comments below, and we're gonna move on to the next wrestling news, which I think that it's gonna be all right. Like as long as TNT seeing what they're doing on television, they're gonna they're gonna continue to have his an AEW show on their broadcasting channels that they own, which is TNT and TBS. But anyways, let's move on to the next one. It is AEW's Athena discusses the next item on her wrestling bucket list. And this is what she had to say. Well, but before I say what she said, but she said, but I'm gonna read right here, with this saying, Athena has put the put together a dominant run during her time in Ring of Honor, and while she also made it clear that the AEW Women's Championship and the TBS Championship has target targets on her back. I should say targets on her back. The targets, on their not her back, their back. I mean, her, like, is her next goal on her bucket list. Like, and is like something completely different. And it says the next on the list is hopefully. I mean, and speaking to the under the ring, Athena asks what's her next goal is. Well, being the I just like after her dominant reign is AEW, not AEW, Ring of Honor Women's Championship, I has come to a close. Like she said, the next on my list is hopefully I get to go to Japan and wrestle because I never gotten to do I never gotten to do that. She told Athena is currently under a contract with Ring of Honor slash AEW, so she would only be able to perform in Japan if she was permitted by Tony Khan. However, Khan has been open to talent working outside of his promotions, with wrestlers competing on independent shows and going to Japan for long stints, like I proving Athena can wrestle in Japan. The former WWE star was recently involved in a major match, like outside of Ring of Honor, slash AEW, AEW slash ROH, I should say, when she competed against Ronda Rousey in a in in tag team action for Revolver. Like Athena's hard hitting style is something that would suit competing in Japan, but like but Khan has also like worked hard to have plenty of Joshi wrestling. Joshi wrestler, I should say. Joshi wrestlers like appearing on his show, whether that be for small appearances or full time con- contrast contracts, or full time contracts. Khan has provided that for fans, which is something Athena has her eyes on. But with all of these Japanese superstars, with Riho, like Riho, coming back and just I can just a pl- just the pl- and he's saying just the pl- he said just the platform fora is at a platform like of them like dying to come over here. The opportunity is always there for those crazy dream matches, like she said. She said, and like Athena, the current ROH Women's Champion, has held the title for over a year since winning it from Mercedes Martinez last December. And what's your thoughts on Athena always wanting to wrestle in Japan, but she never had a chance to do so? Will that change by the year of 2024, and she could face any of the women in a dream match? And yet, I do think she's gonna fight for either the IWGP Women's Championship or the New Japan Strong Women's Championship, or even perhaps the Stardom Women's Championship. Only time will tell. We'll see in the foreseeable future. But yeah, let's move on to some Tony Khan news. Okay, let's continue. Sorry, my SNA fans, just a little technical difficulties, but anyways, let's continue. We got some. Next up, we got some Tony Khan news, I believe. It says, offers detailed response to constant attacks from de- detractors. And it says Tony Khan had a lengthy take on negativity leveled towards himself, like in AEW during Ring of Honor Final Battle 2023's media scrum, like from WrestlingNews.co. Khan started AEW in 2019 with financial backing uh, uh, from his father, Jacksonville Jaguars, and for him FC like owner for him a FC owner like Shahid Khan, like alongside EVPs Kenny Omega, Cody Rhodes, and the Young Bucks. The promotion's position as WWE's first major alternative, like for two decades, has seen it attract like an almost tribalistic base of detractors, like which Khan said he has grown used to, saying to be AEW is to be under constant attack, like Khan said, before explaining you you do you do a you do a great show, and the next day somebody's saying something negative. You do 5 great shows in a row, somebody says something negative. You you break the ticket record for the most tickets ever sold. I'm sorry, my bad. It says, what was that? Oh, yeah. You break the you break the ticket record for the most tickets ever sold, like for a wrestling show in the history of the world, and somebody has something bad to say about it. I have something to say about it. At this point, I don't worry about it. Like the show taught or touted like about touted by Khan was all in, like in like emanating from Wembley Stadium in August. The event has been broasted like as having the largest paid audience in wrestling. audience figures, as announced by AEW, is as placed the event as the third most attended wrestling show. Khan further discussed in wrestling history. Oh yeah, what I'm doing with return style figures reflecting 72,265 in the stadium audience figures as announced by AEW placed the event as the third most attended wrestling show. Khan further discussed his belief that a majority of negativity comes from fans on X because of its engagement. He pointed to other sports organizations such as NFL that have their following spread across more platform and dubbed X an echo chamber. He added, the wrestling's great and everything's great. And still people are trying to tell you there's some problem with it. Khan uh, uh, op- append to be Khan opined to be AEW. No matter how good you do, there will be people coming for you, uh, gunning for you because that's what this is. That is there's there is a reason that every single person who stepped into my position until now has gone out of business. I'm the only one left uh, where we're addicted, and it's worth fighting. And we're addicted, and it's worth fighting. Hopefully, if I didn't pronounce, hopefully I pronounced that correctly, and not in the way that you can't understand me. But anyways, what's your thoughts about Tony Khan? Which he's right. I noticed, even when it's one of the good, one of the best AEW reviews, there's some kind of criticism from somebody on the internet, what if it's on social media or making some kind of a video that says the total opposite. I'm like, it wasn't that bad. Why are you criticizing AEW? Yeah, you may have your own preferences or have your own opinions, but that doesn't mean you dog pour all elite wrestling. From negative viewers, going on Twitter or Instagram or even YouTube and talk about how negative it and negative how it is. I can feel so bad. Why do you even watch it? Let alone even going on social media and talk how bad and horrible it was. But let me know what y'all think about that in the comments down below. I'll be right back.
Okay. Jordan. Jordan.
Okay, I'm back. But yeah, let's move on to the next news, which I believe it's Liv Morgan news. And I've been hearing this all over the news like late last night about what she was like, hold on, what? About like like she has gotten into huge trouble and it looks like we won't be seeing her in WWE anytime soon. Because because it says WWE's backstage reaction to Liv Morgan's drug arrest, like reported revealed. And it says right here, news broke last night that, and this I'll say it's some breaking news, I should say. Well, it happened last night, but still, I'll still call it breaking news. Like breaking news because like as WWE star Liv Morgan was arrested for marijuana possession in Florida, per a new report from Fightful Select. There is currently no heat on Liv Morgan from WWE after the arrest. The report notes staff communicated that Morgan's arrest didn't get in the way of creative, and she was for entirely forthcoming, like about the situation, so there were no issues like with her whatsoever. A top talent reportedly said that she is well liked by many, and it will likely become a joke, like before being would be entirely forgotten about. And it says the arrest report noted that Morgan's vehicle was approached like by a deputy, like after being pulled over, and they carried out a search, after smelling marijuana in small plastic bags, and there's a small plastic bag of marijuana in a vape pen, like holding an, an oil like substance, like later testing positive for marijuana was reportedly found in the vehicle. She was bonded out of jail, and released on Thursday night, like at around 10 p.m. Eastern. Within WWE, marijuana marijuana usage has been a point of contention for years, where Bret Hart was famously outspoken on the restrictions uh, against its usage, during the 90s, and in contemporary times, the likes of Matt Riddle and Randy Orton were similarly against the ruling. It was reported last year that while WWE retains restrictions of marijuana usage in its wellness policy. The company not enforced has not enforced reprimants for years per the policy. Those who tested positive were fined $25,000. Morgan has been out of action since suffering a shoulder injury on Raw in July. She was attacked by Rhea Ripley in an angle to write her off of television. Is it having previously been shelved with an with an injury to the opposite shoulder, forcing her and Raquel Rodriguez to vacate the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. What's your thoughts on this silly event? Regardless, he might not be at it. I'm gonna be back in action anytime soon. Like I said, it's gonna be likely when she's gonna come back. It's gonna be all just a funny memory with some of her fellow wrestlers making fun of her by referencing the matter on a promo on probably live television, whether she's back on Raw or SmackDown or wherever brand she comes back on. She's gonna get a little reminder from a fellow WWE wrestler. But yeah, what's your thoughts on this silly event of her getting arrested for having bags of marijuana in her? Well, let me know in the comments down below. But the only thing is, what made the deputy pull her over for? Was she speeding? Was she speeding? Was she swerving? What she was doing to have the call? Just saying, like even though not all of marijuana is legal, but still, what made you pull her over to have help and notice? I know you can smell. That's one thing, smelling in the car while pulling her over. But what was the reason? Just saying, no offense or no disrespect, but just curious. But anyways, let's move on to the next news now, and it is WWE appears to introduce speedy new concept ahead of WWE SmackDown. It says WWE WWE appears to be trying out a new concept WWE WWE Speed, probably for a new show, or pre-show attraction, during Friday's WWE SmackDown tapings, two the two matches were run using WWE Speed, branding on the ring apron, the the matches saw WWE Raw and WWE NXT talent wrestle alongside those listed as free agents within WWE under a 5-minute time limit. And it says Nathan Fraser took on Big Bronson Reed while Cedric Alexander faced Axiom, according to Fightful Select. The matches were filmed as if they be broadcast, with Corey Graves and Kevin Patrick providing commentary. Like 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 commentary though there has been no update in that regard. Wrestling Observer like Wrestling Observer reported that WWE speed match winners are are atten- are awarded one point at one at 1 point losers are docked in the event like or docked and in the event like of a time limit there are no points like oh no no points no points awarded. It's been noted that WWE Speed branding was also displayed on the video wall in ring post during the taping. There remains no word on when and where this format will manifest but the established of rules and notable branding like in impiles that WWE Speed is here to stay. Like aside from dark matches aside from dark matches NXT talent used to appear at weekly TV tapings to film content for WWE main event, but that has since stopped being a regular practice. It appears as though WWE Speed may bridge bridge the gap, not the gate, the gap, bridge the gap, bridge the gap between developmental and the main roster, much in the way main event did previously, especially in its use of those considered those most considered lower on the card. But what are your thoughts about this kind of match stipulation? Excuse me, of WWE Speed, with Big Bronson Reed taking on Nathan Fraser and Axiom taking on Cedric Alexander in this match, with the rules of you have to score a win before the time limit goes off, and you have to win to score a point rewarded until the time limit goes off, some kind of a beat the clock challenge and a aftermath version of Iron Man, of an Iron Man match, in my opinion, of course. But let's move on to the next wrestling news, and it is we have some CM Punk news now. It makes hilarious admission while promoting return against WWE return against Dominic Mysterio. WWE superstar CM Punk returned to Cage Fury fight championships in his role as a commentator last night like at At the same time, WWE SmackDown was airing during the show. Punk and his commentary partner, John Morgan, alluded to his ongoing feud in WWE. Morgan mentioned Seth Rollins before Punk promoted his upcoming live event about against Dominic Mysterio. I come out to he said Punk said come out to the LA Kia Forum Arena. I watch me beat up Dominic, Dirty Dominic. Punk plugged before remarking, "I've be, I have been wanting to punch this kid in the face since he was 8 years old. Now he's legal. I'm gonna destroy him." Punk shockingly returned to like I'm going to destroy him. Punk shockingly returned to WWE at Survivor Series, like marking the end of a 9 year absence. After walking out from the promotion, like like furthermore, furthermore, his return came just 2 months like after he was fi- after he was fired caused by caused by AEW shortly after firing like his firing Punk was on commentary for CFFC and he appeared to for foreshadowed his WWE return as he said he he would have time for the next 2 months. And he said there were questions over whether Punk would continue with CFFC after his WWE return, but as Wrestling Inc. Previously reported, Punk is signed to a CFFC for another 13 years after signing a 15-year deal with the company. In WWE, Punk has been signed exclusively to the Raw brand. And it says right here, on Mondays, despite previously appearing on SmackDown and NXT while he was a free agent. After signing with Raw, Punk declared he would be entering the 2024 Royal Rumble match in January. Like and provide he picks up the win, he might just challenge for Seth Rollins World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 40. Should that happen, Punk could finally main event a WrestleMania for the first time. And what's your thoughts on that? Do you think CM Punk will finally main event WrestleMania if that happens? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. And also, what's your thoughts on CM Punk? What's your thoughts on CM Punk? Excuse me. Well, what are your thoughts on CM Punk getting ready to be punch Dominic Mysterio right in the face? Now he's legal enough for Punk to do that to him and for being such a disrespectful child to his father. And are you looking forward to seeing that? And for those who's going to be at the Kia Forum Arena, are y'all well invested of seeing CM Punk give the beating to Dirty Dominic Mysterio, like the likes of Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and even who else beat him up before? Even his own father, Mysterio. And here's the video of him. Like,
yeah, listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you're out there on the 30th, you better be watching some grappling. Unless you're in LA, come out to the LA Kia Forum. Watch me beat up Dirty Dominic. I've been wanting to punch this kid in the face since he was 8 years old. Now he's legal, and I'm going to destroy him.
Let's go. CM Punk is back in the WWE. I'm so happy to see him there. Go watch him wrestle. Go watch some collegiate wrestling on Fight Pass. Go watch some submission grappling. Just, support us. Thanks for watching. See you soon.
and please make sure you leave your thoughts about this matter in the comments down below. We're going to move on to the next wrestling news, and it is we got some Kevin Nash news now. I believes this 2011 WWE match was a rib. And he said in 2011, and it says right here, according to this Wrestling Inc. article, in 2011, Kevin Nash and Triple H competed in a confusing twist on the ladder match, between. The ladder match at TLC 2011. It says which saw a sledgehammer suspended from the air, and and both men forced to climb the ladder, and fight over the weapon, and ideally to achieve a pinfall or submission. Like the 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 matches various stipulations would have been a con a convol a convoluted not convoluted circumstance for even the most seasoned ladder match veterans, but for the gimmick match at adverse Nash, the match felt like a prank. And speaking on his Click This podcast, Kevin Nash has given his honest opinions about the match. He said, "I thought it was a rib, on me. Like he said, when asked about the match, I don't think if it was a rib on Triple H, but it was definitely a rib on me." Nash Nash lost the match to Triple H, who pinned him after using his trademark sledgehammer. I sledgehammer. I thought so little of the match. That he and his fellow Hall of Famer put on, that he felt the need to separate himself from the memory physically. He added, "I had long hair in the match," Nash recounted. I went home. I woke up, and after I shook off my concussion, in a couple of days, I my wife cut my hair off, and that that was it. That was it. Like, cut my hair off, and that was it. Well, anyways, he felt the match was was designed to make him and his sur- surgical surgically his surgically repaired knees like look bad, and he said that the 2011 match was not one of his favorite matches. However, he recently revealed that his most favorite match was the no disqualification match be against Bret Hart, Bret the Hitman Hart. This match saw Hart win the WWE Championship from Nash, who was known as Diesel at the time. And what's your thoughts on Kevin Nash saying this was his least most favorite match in his WWE career? Which most of us wrestling fans would think of the same thing. Like, this was not the best favorite match in all of not as the best favorite match in all of WWE, like in Kevin Nash's matches, I should say. Like, which it was kind of useless. A rib like was very what's that horrendous, even even not that much beneficial for Kevin Nash, to say the least, at least in the match perspective, I should say. Maybe they compensate him a whole lot of money, so he probably agreed on to the matter. But let's move on to the next one with some Athena news now. As Athena retains a ROH Women's Championship, continues historic reign at final battles main event. And it says Ring of Honor Final Battle 2023 was headlined by Athena defending her ROH Women's World Championship against 19-year-old Billy Starks. This was the culmination of a month-long storyline where Athena attempt attempt to attempt to take Starks under her wing as her minion, but Starks had have finally had enough. What made this clash even more intra in intriguing, make it intriguing, was the fact that Athena suffered a di- a divi- a divided sept, septum during her last last brawl with Starks, which aired on December 14th. As a result, the champion reported that a pros a pro a protective face mask that was eventually ripped off by the challenger, who had been busted open herself early on. At one point, Starks managed to suplex Athena off the on the announcer's desk. But Athena soon came back with a huge German suplex off the top rope. In the end, Athena trapped Starks in the submission, and she had no choice but to give it up. The referee awarded Athena the victory, thus prolonging her historic Ring of Honor Women's World Title reign, like past from the past the 370-day mark, like post post match, Starks attempted to of walk out on Athena, but Athena pulled her back and told her she still wanted as her minion. Starks seemingly accepted and hugged her frenemy to conclude the show. This marks the first time a AEW Women's World Champion match headlined a Ring of Honor Final Battle, and it was only the second time the women's division headlined a Ring of Honor pay-per-view. The first occurred in July when Athena successfully defended against Willow Nightingale at Ring of Honor Death Before Dishonor. And what's your thoughts about Athena main eventing? First ever main eventing a Final Battle, excuse me, Ring of Honor Final Battle pay-per-view. And what's your thoughts about the match for those who watched in general? And for Billy Starks to come back to her as her minion, which I don't see what's the point, even though they put on one respectable and one respectable match, I believe, by reading this article, of course, and then hugged it out and handshake. Well, yeah, what's your thoughts on that matter? Y'all let me know straight down in the comments down below. But yeah, I don't know why she went back as her minion, but I mean, they showed respect on one another. So I'd say that's one thing that's very honorable, I should say, because after all, that's what Ring of Honor is all about. But let's move on to the next news. Is Mark Briscoe and FTR honor Jay Briscoe's memory with final battle the victory over BCC, and it says right here, ROH final battle featured a brutal trio match pitting Mark Briscoe and FTR against Blackpool Combat Club Bryan Danielson, Jon Moxley, and Claudio Castagnoli. The bout was to honor the memory of Jay Briscoe, who died in a car crash in January at the age of 38. When the sanctioned match turned into chaos, the referee ruled a double countout, but Mark Briscoe suggests they turn it into a fight without honor match, meaning anything goes. From there, the six men brought out a bar bed wire ladder, like a forks, a bed. Let me phrase that. A bed bar wire, a bar bed wire ladder, forks, tables, thumbtacks, and more weapons, to make it a bloody fair. Danielson nearly won it for the team when he trapped Cash Wheeler in the label lock with barbed wire, but uh, but but Mark managed to say to hit Danielson with Jay Briscoe's signature driller, the J driller, before pinning the former WWE champion post match. Pinning the former WWE champion post match. Mark and FTR regrouped and pointed to the sky in honor of their brother and friend. Their their battle was just shy of the 30-minute mark. It says outside of the touching tribute to the 13-time Ring of Honor Tag Team Champion. This match was also significant because it marked Danielson's first official Ring of Honor match since 2009. He did challenge for the Ring of Honor World Championship twice in 2022. However, both of those bouts took place at AEW's events. This was also John Moxley's first Ring of Honor match since 2009, but it was his first to be televised. But what's your thoughts about this match? About the 6-man tag match with the Blackpool Combat Club taking on Blackpool Combat Club taking on Mark Briscoe and the FTR in a Briscoe kind of tribute match. And even though the first bout was ended up in a count out, but Mark Briscoe convinced the ref to restart this match into anything goes 6-man tag match, which it turned into a no DQ 6-man tornado tag hardcore match, with them using barbed wire, a ladder, thumbtacks, chairs, tables, forks, even with Jay Briscoe pinning Bryan Danielson for the win by hitting his brother's signature move, the J Driller, I believe that's what's called. And for those who watched, what you thought about the match, and let me know about it in the comments down below. And I want to give my condolences to Mark Briscoe and his family and his wrestling friends, like the likes of Jay Lethal and the FTR, especially at this sad time since January of 2023. And yeah, he's in a better place, but he'd been taken too soon. But yeah, but this is the end of the video of my SNA podcast, episode 179, the Wrestling News Part 67. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Which one was your favorite wrestling news out of this list? Please make sure to leave that in the comments down below. And also, like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe, click the bell notifications, and it's free. And then you can change your mind later if you decide to change your mind. It's free and it's a guaranteed. And hopefully, you enjoy it. And then if you want to support the channel, you do so of that. And make sure to watch more of my videos if you haven't already. If for more content onto the SNA podcast. And make sure to stay tuned for later on will be AEW Collision Part 18, which will be episode 187. But yeah, I've been your host, Super Ninja Austin. This was the This was on this was the wrestling news where I talked about the wildest wrestling news stories and rumors that you SNA fans need to know from the Wrestling Inc. Article on December 16th, 2023. But yeah, hopefully y'all have a great 16th, and hopefully y'all have a great Saturday afternoon. And I'll see you all later on this evening until we meet again. Super Ninja Austin, the assassin, out. Bye bye, my SNA fans. See you around.